Oh man, it's definitely gotten colder since the last video. Slight little cold front has blessed us here in Central Texas that had me realize I am not ready for winter quite just yet. But it does have my eye set out on a couple items for winter riding on your motorcycle. That will be a later point in time, but today's video we're doing part 2 of the Kuryakyn driving lights. What we have on the bike right now is going to be the floodlight. I do enjoy them. We have them on a previous trigger switch that we have here in our dash that they are on. I do like them. That way we can have them on or off regardless if the motorcycle is on or off. But also sometimes, more like 95% of the time, I forget that that's on and I'll go to wherever I'm going and I'll come back out and I'll be like, oh, forgot to turn off my lights. But with them being LED, they don't draw too much power. Just try not to do that too often. So we're gonna swap out from the floods and we're gonna be rocking the spots. We're gonna be riding in the cold. It's gonna be brisk, but we got our layers on and we're gonna be swapping them out so that we can see how these look on the bike from the rider's perspective as well as getting off. We're gonna go to the same spot here down the road. So again, we have done a previous video. The wiring is gonna be relatively straightforward. It depends on what type of harness you use. And again, you are gonna need a separate mounting system for these lights because Harley does not provide you with anything on the bike. These are mainly for your adventure bikes, but you can apply them to your Harley. We've done several videos on those. But a quick recap, you're gonna be looking for a C-clamp style mount, and that's going to mount directly onto your crash bar. You could probably even run this on your bunking style crash bars, but it may be a little bit too small. All the links are in the drop down section below where you can find these items. Be sure to check them out. And again, just as a reminder, we do have a new discount code with First MFG. That's going to be CR25. It saves you 25% off of your order to include the custom vest order. So check them out, check out the jackets, and get yourself 25% off that order, as well as checking out the Amazon affiliate links. Anytime you click on one of those links and purchase something through that, whether it be that item or not, part of that sale comes back to supporting the channel, and I'm truly thankful for it. And one last announcement, if you are a patron, be sure to check out the latest 2 posts, but the most recent one for y'all, Patreon exclusive. The only way you'll be able to get that is going to be through the Patreon, but for $5 a month or the equivalency of a coffee a month. You get to help support the channel as well as some of the stuff that we're going to be doing to this bike within the next year, to include some more track days. But it's a way of giving back to y'all that I think is really going to help out, and the more I think about it, the more excited I am about it and the potential that it has. So we're slowly going to transition into that for the Patreon. Now let's dive in. Let's get into this. It comes with the box. You open it, you have your light as well as your wiring. We already have everything wired on the bike. It comes with these connector plugs. Let's just call it a CAN bus plug for reference. We're going to unplug this so that way the light itself is free to be removed and messed around with, and we'll be replacing it with the spot, which makes this a pretty cool setup. Again, these lights are on the $200 mark. You're gonna be looking at $270 for the set. You will get the wiring as well as 2 lights, whether it be the flood or the spotlight that you chose. And they also have a 1350 lumen. The one that we have on both of these are gonna be the 750 lumen driving light. You have your spot and then you have your flood.
What's up, everybody? We're out and about. We're going to be doing a live viewing of how the lights look. We are running the Kuryakyn 750 lumen Lodestar driving lights. It's currently dusk, so give us just a short second. But before we go ahead and turn off the lights and bring on the night, we want to give a huge shout out to Kuryakyn. Again, thank you so much to them for jumping on board and partnering up for these videos. It gives us an opportunity to see the differences between the flood as well as the spot, and it gives you a better idea of what you can expect from these. And just like that, it is now nighttime. Look at that. Turned off the lights. We got different gloves on. We are running the Odin heavy hitters because it got a little bit cold. We had to bump out our gloves. We swapped out our auxiliary lights from the Lodestar flood beam, and now we have the Lodestar spot beam. We're here back at the super creepy intersection where it's dark. It makes it seem like we're gonna get murdered. Although it's not close to being quite as dark as it was the other day because it is almost a full moon. We're about 3/4 of the moon, whatever the terminology is. We have our low beam on, no high beam. We're gonna turn on our high beam so you can see there is the high beam illuminating the center of our road. We're gonna turn it off, and now we're gonna engage the Lodestar spot. These are the spot. We have both of them, one on each side, aimed similar to how the Flood was. Look at that. That definitely, wow. Okay, so I know I had previously said I liked the Flood because it gave you illumination here on your sides, that this is more directly in front of us. It's going to illuminate the road that you are about to traverse. And then we can turn our headlight over here to see if what's going on over there. We are not able to discern what is in our peripherals quite as quickly or quite as definitively as if when we had the Floods. But with these spots, I can definitely see farther than what the Floods did. Now if we pair it with the high beam, it's like a giant high beam. That's what this looks like. That, comparing it to the Flood, we were able to see about 2 bike lengths in front of us before the light started to spill and fade off. But with these spots, it's, I mean, the whole road is extremely illuminated. All right, now we're gonna go down this other creepy road, put it back on our photo rock. All right, so letting you all know right now, the spot takes it. I like the spot way more than the Flood, because look at this. This is definitely, you know what it is. There's our photo rock that we've already moved, and you can go ahead and angle these however you want and mount them in different places depending on what your preference is. Look at that. So that is off, on, and similar to what the Flood was doing, the spots, there it is, photo rock. So here we have the spots. They are equally as bright as the Flood, but you have more of a concentrated look where it's a little bit easier to look into the light directly because you don't have as much of a disbursement going all over the light. Go turn on the high beam. That is bright, dude. Jesus. Oh my God. Even though they're both 750 lumens, when I stand in front of the bike, this just looks so much brighter. And these are still angled a little bit at the ground, where instead of being of a direct path, I angle them down so that way whenever I have traffic, if I want to flash them or illuminate the road in front of me just to get a better idea, I'm still able to do it relatively. That way it's not directly going into the opposing lane. If this to say it's a 2-lane road, that it's still extremely bright, people are still going to flash me, but that way it's not directly in their eyes. The one thing that for sure is blinding them is going to be my high beam, but then these lower ones, unless I get on a lower plane, those really shine into their face. Right now it's not going to be in their way, so that's kind of a good spot. I'm really seeing spots. Jeez. Oh dude, those are bright. My eyes are just spotty when I'm sitting on my glasses. And now we're gonna put you back where we found you. Only the few know the super duper secret spot. Good night, photo rock. The Floods are great because it's a much softer light and it's going to disperse it pretty much 180 degrees, because the light spill of those Floods was much more than what these spots are, because they have more of a concentrated area versus the Flood, that you're able to cover more areas. And I think those are great if you were able to pair both of those, where say you were going to have a Flood and a spot on the same side, you would be able to see, you would be able to turn night into day. You would just be one and done. That spot is bright, as y'all saw. Let me know what y'all think in the drop down section below. Do y'all prefer the Flood or the spot between the two? Both of them are 750 lumen to 750 lumen Lodestar driving lights from Kuryakyn. Again, huge shout out to Kuryakyn. Thanks for jumping on board and allowing us the opportunity to make this video. And just like that, another video has come to its end. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button. If you found any value from it, hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, bump on over and hit that bell to be notified of any future videos when they drop, as soon as they drop. And until next time, appreciate y'all. Cheers, ride safe.